Loomian Legacy has officially responded to the community on something that they originally asked for feedback. Today, I want to talk about what's going to happen in Loomian Legacy in the future, which advice they took from the community, and overall the whole situation with what's currently going on with the raid battles in the game. On May 1st, a couple of days after Loomian Legacy released the raid battles, they went onto Twitter and they basically said the following. The egg raid has now been out for 2 days. We would love to hear your feedback on what you've seen so far and any suggestions that you may have. We will be reviewing the replies to this tweet, so please reply if you have any feedback. Thank you guys for your support. This is actually one of the first times in the history of the game that Loomian Legacy goes onto Twitter to literally ask for feedback on a feature that they've added to the game. It makes a lot of sense as to why Loomian Legacy wanted to add feedback. I mean, raid battles is pretty much a big thing. Definitely something that we've not seen before in the game, and it clearly shows how much potential this feature has for the future of the game. I personally responded that the raid battles should have better loot and that we should be able to obtain Loomians from it, and I guess around 90 people agreed with me. And overall, most of the suggestions were the same. However, Colby's suggestion is one that really caught my attention. He pretty much said that the nightmare mode should have guaranteed drops and the odds for the other items in the nightmare mode should be reduced for them to make more sense. Well, after hundreds of people gave feedback to Loomian Legacy, they made this tweet in which they basically say which feedback they're going to take into consideration. On May 6th, the Llama Train Studio Twitter account said the following: "We've read your feedback on the Dragodine raid and we'd like to address a couple of the most common concerns. We'd also like to remind everyone that the current raid system is still in early development and will be receiving changes to various features in future versions. The most common feedback we received was allow more players. We plan to add support for 4-player raids. The following most common feedback was add more loot. We are making plans to develop new rewards and expand the system to include a deeper and larger variety of rewards. These changes and more will come in future iterations of our raid system. Thank you all for the feedback. We'll have more information on the raid system in the future, so look forward to that." I'm not gonna lie, basically in 2 words, Loomian Legacy said that the most common feedback will be 4-player raids and more loot. This is actually funny because essentially the only feedback that Loomian Legacy addressed was to add more loot in the game. The reason why I'm saying this is because on April 29th, when Loomian Legacy announced the raid system, they pretty much said, right now our raid can only be played in 1 or 2 players. We hope to add more players per raid in the future. So in other words, Loomian Legacy was already anticipating making 4-player raids in the future, but I guess people asking for it made them realize how much of an urgency this thing is than what they thought about originally. Hypothetically, what else can you add to these raid battles? Raid battles mainly consist of how difficult it is to defeat the boss and the loot that you get. So simply making the boss harder to defeat and making the loot better pretty much fixes most of the problems with the raid itself. Hopefully Loomian Legacy will be adding these changes in the future, but for now all that we can do is wait. Thanks for watching this video. I'm Armenti and we lit.